All right, well,
There we go.
we're on time. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now when you take roll, I'll go real slow.
Raise your thumb.
Yes, you're okay. Coming in.
Good morning. I'll call this regular school board meeting for Independent School District number 544 to order. And with that, we'll have the clerk establish our quorum.
Okay, Kirby Anderson.
Here.
Kelly Graff, absent. Jenny Christensen.
Here.
Missy Hermes, present. Melanie Cole.
Here.
Stephen Bigasa.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, thank you. I would look for a motion to approve our agenda.
So moved.
A second.
I'll second.
Any discussion on the agenda?
What were the changes that there was a note about some changes and I couldn't find the changes. Was there no changes?
I did not know of
Yeah.
any changes.
Okay, maybe I just read it wrong then. Okay.
Okay, very well. Any other discussion on the agenda? All in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. The agenda is approved, and we have a resolution to thank West Central Initiative for their donation to the Claire Ann Schober Legacy Fund grant to Lincoln School for early childhood special ed sensory cube. I'll offer that resolution and move for its adoption. Will someone second?
I'll second that.
And any discussion on that? All right, we'll have the clerk take roll.
Okay. Kirby Anderson.
Yes.
Jenny Christensen.
Yes.
Missy Hermes, yes. Melanie Cole.
Yes.
Stephen Bigasa.
Yes.
The resolution is adopted.
All right, thank you. We have board reports from our collateral responsibilities, and we'll start with Kirby Anderson.
Okay. The Finance Committee has not met, but the 544 Education Committee has met twice since I last reported. On July 10th was our last meeting just last week, and prior to that we met on June 12th. And some of the highlights of those two meetings were we had 129 requests for the 2025-26 classroom wish list, and the spreadsheet's being worked through right now. We sent out the third major donor newsletter on May 23rd. We had a retired staff reunion, and 18 people showed up, so that was a good turnout. And I think Superintendent Drake gave an update about the district that day. We have 26 grant evaluations from teachers that got grants. So there was 28 total, so that's a good percentage. The foundation is now on Instagram, for those of you that are on Instagram. This is interesting. The Alexandria Public Schools highlights their graduates who also have parents and or grandparents who graduated from ALEC, and they highlight them on social media. So the district, the 544 Foundation is going to work with the district to do something like that next year. Outer Pride Night will be Friday, September 12th, and also on September 19th will be homecoming and the Hall of Fame induction ceremony on Friday, September 19th. We have two board members that are going off the board now due to the length of service. Terry Harrington is going off and Sarah Casey, so we're right now in the process of interviewing two more people to get on the board. And we will have the back to school in-service lunch on Thursday, August 28th. And we are going to have Sloppy Joe's from the Viking Buffet, I believe. And I think that, oh, and then there was payroll deduction forms are being updated for staff. And last year, our staff donated through payroll deduction $8,000 to the foundation. So that's my report.
All right. Any questions for Kirby? Jenny?
Neither the Minnesota State High School League nor the Activities Committee has met, so I do not have anything to report.
All right. We'll move on to my report on Region 1. We had our meeting last month. It was the first meeting with our new director, Eric Heidemann, and he seemed to have a pretty good grasp on the functions and reported well to the board. We talked about changes in student services department and how that's going to go, and then approved some staffing and the salary, financial package for the staff. That was the gist of our meeting. Regular operations. Any questions for me? All right, we'll move on to, not Kelly, Missy Hermes.
Okay, curriculum review doesn't meet again until October, but policy committee has met many times. So we met on Thursday, June 19th, on Tuesday, June 24th, and also on July 8th. And there was a lot of work for us to do. We had to take in consideration policy updates or changes that were required by the legislature or statutory changes. Some changes suggested by the Minnesota School Board Association, and also changes in our policies, and also some policies we have to review on an annual basis. So it's all of that. So we have to be together a lot in the last 2 months. And just a reminder that the reason you have a long list here is that, and it kind of makes it easier for school boards, since there were so many changes enacted by the legislature, that due to policy 208, we can take care of those in one meeting, some of those. Not everything on that long list that you have there is going to be able to be voted on today, okay? So some of the ones that were mandatory annual review include policy that are on here, policy 413, which deals with sexual harassment and violence, policy 414, mandated reporting, student discipline, public data requests we went over, and also the crisis management plan. Some of the ones, policies that you see listed on this list are technical updates that don't even necessarily represent a change in policy. It might just mean that the order that it appears in the statute was changed, or that the terminology was changed. And so some of those would be included in that list would be 416, 425, let's see, 606.5, is that on there? Yeah. 613, graduation requirements, that was just a minor change where paragraph B and C were flipped, I mean, things like that. 621, 624, and then there were some policies that are completely new to our district or represent a large change. For example, policy 620, which has information now added about weighted grades. And 906, community notification of predatory offenders, that's added on there. 418, 501, 503, 534 on school lunches. That includes, the legislature is now allowing school districts to, if somebody is still hungry, because we've heard that before, that they can purchase an additional entree for $3. Yeah. And then, let's see, another one that might be of interest to the community and also to our staff is number 602. And the legislature has decided that the next 2 years, not this year, but the next 2 school years, that school districts can start before Labor Day if they would like to. So, and 802, obsolete equipment disposal of old school books. Just things like that. So it was a wide variety of things to take care of. Very interesting, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Policy.
I love the policy.
It's awesome.
It's great.
Appreciate all the work you guys did.
Yeah,
That was
that's-
a lot
it is.
of combing through
Yep.
words and, yeah.
It's good work.
I'll ask you now, Missy, rather than when we get to that part of the agenda, are any of, so you said some of them are completely new, so then we have to, would we need some carved out for a first reading?
Yes.
And so,
So, like that, that weighted grading, that would be one of them. 906, that community notification of predatory offenders, that's brand new to our school district.
722, I believe, was another.
So I probably should have chimed in when we got the agenda to separate out some of those. What was the other one?
There's one more in
Graded,
here.
graded credit, it says credit for learning, but we're adding a piece on weighted grades.
Could we just do all of these as if there's 2 readings, just to make it simple, instead of carving them out? Just say, this is the first reading, and then,
Well, some of them we probably need to get going on.
oh, I suppose, yeah.
Well, if we can identify that fourth one, by the time we,
Okay.
get to this, then let's make a motion to, and exclude those
Okay.
4.
Right.
And then have that be a separate, just,
Yeah, I don't remember which ones, the second reading.
Is it 515?
1, 5.
Protection and privacy of pupil records.
Just trying to remember. There were a lot of policies we went through.
Well, 519.
Yes.
Yes, that's.
Yes.
oh, yeah, that's the one.
All right, so what are the 4? Just a,
519.
519.
620.
Okay.
722.
722, yep, and 906.
cool, thank you.
Well, that was clarifying, thank you for
There you
that.
go.
Any other questions for Missy on her board report? And we'll move on to Stephen Basa.
Building committee has not met, but Renee is here to talk about long-term facilities 10-year plan today, right? When we do that, so she'll have more better information than I can give on that anyway, so that's it for my report. She'll report.
Okay. And then, a presentation from Superintendent Ray.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Relatively short presentation this morning. Do, as usual, have a few thank yous to go through. Our summer food service program has really been doing a wonderful job serving the needs of our community. They're putting out 500 meals a week, and so I just especially wanted to recognize their efforts in preparing all those meals, and then they distribute on Tuesday evenings. And so Lance shared several notes that were given to him and the staff, just thanking them for all the work they're doing and recognizing what an important service it has been and how grateful the community has been for the added assistance with the summer meal program. So with sincere thanks and appreciation to all their hard work. Also to the summer school staff, we have more than just Otter Adventures. We also have the credit recovery and some remediation assistance at the middle school level. So appreciate all the summer staff working with kids to help get them back on track and the credits and skills that they need to be successful. And then some other unsung heroes are our custodial and maintenance or mechanical departments. They have very, very busy summers. We are on a very tight schedule to deep clean all the rooms, make repairs that we can't do normally when we're in session because we're using those spaces for instruction. And so appreciate all the work that they're doing, especially in this building where we have a ton of summer activities going on between sports camps, et cetera, and our summer school programming. It just takes a lot of planning and flexibility to work around the activity. So really appreciate again all the work that they're doing. In terms of some things that are going on this summer, so here, these may not be glamorous, they're bathroom shots here of the facilities, but we're really proud of the work going on. These photos here are some renovated bathrooms in Cleveland. And so as you look at those, new dividers, stall dividers, the tiling on the walls is new, and then the floor used to be a tile. That's now an epoxy floor, which in my opinion look really sharp. They're easy to maintain, and so those things are done. This is a different bathroom over there, and then we also did, this is a photo of one in the 1600 hallway in KSS. So appreciate all the work there, and really makes a difference to spruce those spaces up. This is on the back side of this building, so these are kind of near the loading dock on the back side, near where the custodial office is, but the main thing that I wanted to point out is the new railing that's been installed in both of those areas. So additional safety and much needed. The old railing was rusting and not structurally sound anymore. And with that, I'll turn it over to questions. We're gearing up now with our back to school mailing, so gathering the documents that go up with that. I haven't formally announced it, but I've heard back from enough administrators that our annual admin retreat will take place on Thursday, August 6th, where we will talk about a lot of things to start the year, but also review the district's goals for the coming year, which we'll talk about more at our retreat today.
All right. Any other questions for the superintendent? All right.
Thank you.
Our general consent items for consideration of approval are the minutes from our last board meeting on June 23rd. And then Jenny could review bills and treasurer's report.
Yes, so I will start with the treasurer's report. Our beginning balance for the month was 27.7 million. Our ending balance is 25.9 million. We had 2.60 million of receipts come in. However, we did have 2.69 million of accounts payable go out. Beginning and end balances for our each individual fund balance. So Fund 1, 22 million, end balance 20 million. Fund 2 was 1.1 million, end balance 1.2 million. Fund 4, 320,000, end balance 292,000. Fund 6 stayed pretty the same. It was 1 million to 1 million, just a few $1,000s that were a difference in there. Fund 7, we had 2.3 million to start, 2.4 to end. Fund 8, 115,000, end balance 139,000. And Fund 21, 347,000, end balance 328,000. Lance will be presenting some capital expenditures in the near future for Fund 2 for the food service balance. So we will likely be seeing that on an upcoming agenda soon. Moving on to bills, the total amount of bills that came out for the last couple weeks was 2.05 million. Just quickly through the funds again. Fund 1, we had 1.7 million. Fund 2, 18,000. Fund 4, 15,000. Fund 6, 13,000. Fund 7, 248,000. And Fund 21, $4,600. Things of note in the bills for the past couple weeks, 42% of the total amount of bills and 51% of Fund 1 was payroll. We also had quite a few bond payments come out for the last few weeks. Lots of software subscriptions, that was something I wanted to make a note of. Things like software that we use for transcripts, kindergarten assessments, SPED forms. It was really interesting to me as we were going through the bills to notice how much those cost. Like we're talking tens of thousands of dollars for software, which makes our lives easier, but also is quite expensive to be able to make a school run. So I just thought that was interesting and wanted to make it of note that to keep up with what we need in this world, we need to pay a lot of money to be able to use these computers. So there is that. We also have a lot more curriculum coming through as well. We did have bills for the Cleveland and KSS bathroom remodels, and we are expecting a final cost of those projects to be around $90,000. And that is all I have for the treasurer's report and the bills report.
Okay. All right. And we have some personnel moves. We have one resignation. Nick Ganol, band teacher, resigned effective the end of this past school year. We had a couple internal transfers of staff. Nick Grant transferred in within the custodial ranks. Michelle Jerez Carlson transferred to be a paraeducator and work in the food service computer area. And then we have support staff hires, and I will give just a listing of the names. Their new roles will be in our minutes if anyone's inclined. Danielle Fergus, Michelle Shearer, Teresa Hersberg, Madison Holden, Stephanie Ewert, Sydney Anderson, Amari Schroeder, Robin Hepper, and Hannah Exey, and Robert Schultz all have been offered positions. So, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
And a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion on any of the items? All right, hearing none, all in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. All right, that is approved, and we'll move on to new business, where I will seek a motion to approve payment of membership to MREA at $2,500. Would someone make that motion?
I'll motion.
Okay,
I'll second that motion.
any discussion? All in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. All right, we have a proposal for wage adjustment for substitute staff positions, and for the 25-26 school year, increasing wages for certified teacher substitutes to $176 a day or $88 for half day, and support staff substitutes at $19.25 an hour. Would someone make a motion to adjust those wages?
So moved.
All right,
I'll second that.
any discussion there? All in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. All right, that's approved, and similarly, I'm looking for a motion to approve a wage adjustment for non-affiliated support staff, the early childhood classroom assistants, noon hour supervisors, student support aides to $19.50 per hour effective this school year. Would someone make that motion?
I will make that motion.
All right, and is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion on that? All in favor of approving that wage adjustment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. That's approved. And moving to motion to approve the concurrent enrollment program contract between our school district and Minnesota State Colleges and Universities, effective July 1st through the end of June 2026. Would someone move to approve that?
I'll motion.
All right,
Second.
okay. Any discussion there? All in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. All right, that's approved. And then, looking for a motion to reject the single bid we got of $900 for our 2001 Chevy truck with a Tommy gate. Would someone make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
All right. and
I'll second that.
Yeah. Any discussion? All in
Does
favor?
it make any difference if I increase my offer 30% to 1,200?
You know, for this morning, we'll just take action on that, and then I'll direct you to the superintendent or his delegate, and we can consider it. But for today's, we don't have the authority as a board to simply negotiate on the fly. So, but, so with that, any follow-up discussion or comments? All in favor of approving the rejection of the bid, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. All right, and then I will entertain a motion to revise the current school board policies, and as we discussed during Missy Hermes' board report, let's eliminate policies number 519, 620, 722, and 906 from the list. And so a motion to approve the remainder of those board policies.
Madam Chair,
Yeah,
you could leave them on as a first reading, Just
Okay.
note that it's a first reading on it.
Okay, so motion to approve all except for the policies delineated, and for those it would be first reading, which is also necessitated by our practices.
I'll make that motion.
All right, and a second?
I'll second.
Any questions about that? Is it pretty clear? All right.
And you, everybody received those
Yes.
policies?
All right. Any, all in favor of approving the motion, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. All right, that's approved, and then that will
Oh, got one more.
be the next to the last thing we do.
Nice try.
Nice save. Nice save.
We have a resolution adopting fiscal year 27 long-term facilities maintenance 10-year plan. And we have this information in our packet. Whereas to qualify for long-term facilities maintenance revenue under Minnesota statute 2022, section 123B, .595 subdivision 4, it states a school district or intermediate district must annually adopt and approve a 10-year long-term facility maintenance facilities plan by July 31st for the commissioner's approval. And whereas the school district has developed a 10-year long-term facilities maintenance plan consistent with this law, therefore be it resolved that the School Board of Independent School District number 544 approves and adopts the attached 10-year long-term facilities maintenance plan for fiscal year 27 on the 14th day of July 2025. Can someone offer that resolution and move for its adoption?
I'll offer that resolution and move for its adoption.
All right, and I'll second that. Is there?
Hang on now,
Oh,
go slower.
all right. I'll wait till the pen stops moving. And is there any discussion on that resolution? It's
I have discussion. I find it very disappointing that a person that's on the school board who's had an impact on our long-term facilities is not here to vote on this resolution.
yeah, I don't know if I can follow that up with much else. Anyone else have comments? I was thinking of the whole concept of a 10-year facilities maintenance agreement and thinking of our roofs at the various schools where we had them done and the product was inferior. Now we're spending,
It's a golf roof.
Yes, so I-
Roof.
yeah.
I did pencil,
I didn't get on the school board to buy roofs, I guess.
Right.
yeah, so on the expenditure spreadsheet, I did pencil some in for fiscal year 26, and so we'll talk about it more in our work session, but yeah, it would be potentially replacing roofs on Adams and Cleveland for warranty work. So that is in there. And then the expenditure plan also does show $365,000 in for health and safety, which would be out of the norm. So this is using up the Fund 6 remaining funds from Lincoln. So, but it would need to be MDE approved, and this would be used for the pool renovations that we talked about. So as I mentioned, it does need to be approved by MDE, so that is penciled in here for fiscal year 26 as well. So those are the two main things on the expenditure side of things that are different. And then on the revenue side, the main thing that we'll see that's different for the next few years going out now, it will show the health and safety revenue coming in to pay the bonds from Lincoln. So.
All right. We have a motion and a second on the resolution. And clerk, I'd look for you to take roll.
Okay, Kirby Anderson.
Yes.
Jenny Christensen.
Yes.
Melanie Cole.
Yes.
Kelly Graff. Melissa Hermes, yes. Stephen Vigasa.
Yes.
The resolution is adopted.
All right, that does conclude our regular agenda. Our work session today is elongated. It's our annual heavyweight session. And we're going to adjourn from here and go to the conference room at Lincoln School. And then we'll be back here at 7:15 a.m. on the 25th.
28th.
28th of 2025. All right. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second?
A second.
Any discussion? All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. All right, we're adjourned.